Hello and welcome back to another episode of Dish Upon a Star. My name is Samantha and I'm your host on this culinary journey through all your favorite Disney films. If you can't tell by my outfit, today we are doing a dish inspired by Monsters, Inc. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make Mike Wazowski donuts. They are really cute and they taste really good. I am very excited to teach you how to make them. Let's get started. First thing we're going to do is get our donut dough together. Starting our batter off, we're going to be creaming butter and sugar in the bowl of a large stand mixer. We want to cream it for about 2 minutes until everything is nice and fluffy. Once your egg is combined into the butter and sugar, you're going to be adding in your vanilla and mixing until everything is fully combined. A secret ingredient we're going to add to our donuts today is some vanilla pudding mix. We're going to add about 2 tablespoons to our batter. It adds an extra layer of that vanilla flavor, and it also acts as a preservative, so those donuts are going to stay really soft for a long time. I like to add it to my chocolate chip cookies sometimes. We're going to sift together our dry ingredients here. I have 2 cups of flour, baking soda, salt, and I've added a little bit of nutmeg in there for some warmth to that vanilla flavor in the donuts. So now we're going to alternate our dry ingredients and our buttermilk into this mixture here. We're going to do it on low speed on the mixer, starting with the dry ingredients first. Once all the dry and wet ingredients have been incorporated, your dough should look like this, just a little sticky. We're going to turn the bowl over and put our dough onto a lightly floured surface. We're going to start working in the flour from our surface onto our dough, get it kneaded a little bit. We don't want to play with it too much, otherwise your dough is going to be really tough, but we do want to get it to where it's not so sticky that you can't work with it. Once all that's been incorporated, you're going to roll it out to about 1/3 of an inch thick. To cut your donuts, you're going to take a round cookie cutter or a donut cutter and just lightly press into the dough. Then for the donut holes, I used a bottle cap, but you can use any small round cookie cutter that you have in the house to put right in the middle and cut those donut holes out. You're going to repeat this process until you have used all the dough and gotten all the donuts out. This recipe yields a baker's dozen, so just about 13 donuts and holes. After we cut everything out, we're gonna set the donuts aside for about 10 minutes so that they can proof up a little bit and rise. While we're letting our dough rise, we're gonna start getting our decorating station together. For Mike's body, so for the big donuts, we're gonna use Wilton candy melts in vibrant green. These are really nice, easy to work with, tasty, and they melt real smooth. I think they taste kind of like a white chocolate, very little sweetness, and they will coat the donut really nicely. For the eyeball, we are going to be using the candy melts in the bright white color. To prepare our candy melts, you're going to take the bag and empty it into a microwave-safe container, placing it in the microwave on the defrost setting for about 1.5 minutes. You want to take it out every 10 seconds, give it a quick stir, make sure everything's getting evenly distributed. We want it to be nice and smooth consistency with no lumps. So obviously Mike Wazowski has his big iconic eye. He's also got cute little horns. And I thought we could use some mini marshmallows to make his cute little horns for his head. To make Mike Wazowski's horns, you're going to take a mini marshmallow and a pair of kitchen scissors, cut it on a diagonal so you make 2 tiny triangles. We'll be affixing those to the donut when the candy melts are tacky. I have our frying station all set up, full donuts here, donut holes here. Oil is heating up. We're going to get it to about 350 degrees. And then of course our paper towel lined baking sheet to get all that excess grease off. Once I began frying, I started with the donut holes. These took about 30 seconds on each side, whereas with the larger donuts, I cooked them for about 1 minute on each side, turning once in the pan. I've got our little donut assembly line here. I've got the green for his body, the white for his little eyes, and then I have the marshmallow horns. This is my little dipping tool. I'll be using this to dip the donut holes in the white for his eyeballs. To decorate your donuts, you're going to take your donut, put it face down in the green candy melts, swirl it around a little bit. Once you bring it up, you're going to be shaking off that excess. I found it got a nice and smooth coating once I shook it around when I brought it face up. Then you're going to lay it out on a wire cooling rack. Once all the donuts are coated, you could begin using the mini marshmallows to affix Mike's horns to the top of his head. For the donut holes, you can use a fork or a spoon to dip the donut into the candy melts. You're just gonna coat it evenly in the bowl, give it a nice shake, and then lay it out on a wire rack so the excess can drip off. Once you have all your donuts coated, stick them in the fridge for about 10 to 15 minutes so you can let that candy coating harden. Everything is out of the fridge, so nice and firm. I can decorate on there and not worry about any smudging. Let's get started on making our eyeballs, and then we will assemble our donuts. For decorating the eyeballs, I purchased 2 tubes of Wilton decorating icing. I got the leaf green and black. We're going to be using the black for the pupil, its little smiley face, and then we're going to be using the green for the iris. Starting with that leaf green icing, you're going to make a big fat circle in the middle of the donut hole and leave a little hole in the middle. Then you're going to take your black decorator icing and fill in the tiny hole in the middle. That's going to be our pupil. Once you place the donut hole in the middle of the donut, you can make his smiley face, again using that black decorator icing. I put little dimples on him because I just thought it made him look cuter, but you absolutely do not have to do this step. You guys, look at how cute! Excuse me? How adorable are these little donuts? I think we have to eat now. And this is like, I really don't want to because they are so cute, but I have to eat it. Let's try one. It's time to eat our spooky little buddy. Look at him, he's so cute. I think I will start with the eyeball. These donuts are really good. They are super vanilla-y and like warm because of the nutmeg. Definitely do not skip the vanilla pudding mix in your donuts. Just trust me on this. And it really adds a little like oomph to that flavor. And it's really nice and warm. Let's take a bite of the donut. Perfect on the inside.